Hello, welcome to the Do Not Scratch Your Eyes podcast. I'm Justin.
I'm Carl.
And I'm Peter.
And joining us exclusively, maybe, is Alex Lowe. How are you?
Oh, great, thanks.
Welcome.
Thanks for asking me. I think I'm just down the road from you as we speak.
Yes, quite possibly. Yes. So let's talk about, you're doing a show at the Colosseum on the 20th of December, I think is correct. Tell us about the show and what's happening.
Well, it's I think I'm supporting what's his name?
That was brilliant.
There you go.
You know the bloke. Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Simon
Yeah.
Oh,
Just,
God,
just
I
follow
didn't
the
know.
auto cue, Alex. Just follow the auto cue.
Honest to God, I did not know those people were in it. It's a really funny thing when you do comedy and you just go around and do gigs. You don't know who's on the bill. You go, oh yeah, and you turn and say, oh, who's in the green room? So all of those people, Justin Panks, Larry Dean, I was with him 2 nights ago in Walthamstow, and Simon Brodkin. God, what a brilliant comedy actor and brave chap Simon Brodkin is with all his stunts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're all really good. God, I didn't know that. That's kind of good company to be in. So we're playing the Colosseum. I don't know whether it's sold out. I have no idea.
Okay, so the character of Clinton Baptiste has its genesis in Phoenix Nights, doesn't it?
Yeah, I play this character, Clinton Baptiste. He is a terrible clairvoyant medium psychic of the very old school end of the pier working men's club type. Very northern, which is it's a funny thing, you know, when I go and do these tours all over the country, people don't realize I'm a lad from Pinner who now lives in Oxy Village, you know, and so very often I'm doing all this, you know, very Lancashire stuff, and it's all, you know, Black Bolton this and bloody up north that, and then they meet me afterwards and they go, aren't you posh? I'm dead disappointed. And I always think, well, you know what? It's a relatively small island we live on. I could have driven up here this afternoon. You know, it's not like I'm from Mars and I have to go, oh, yeah, sorry about that. I'm from Pinner in northwest London.
I often see you commenting on the Pinner Wood group because I also went to Pinner Wood School. So I often see you commenting on stuff.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, not to give away too much. You were a little bit older than me. I was there 79 to 85. I was there. So Mr. Broadhurst was the headmaster.
79 to 85. Wait, I'm not that much older. I was there till 84.
Right.
Come on. Peter Pan.
All I can say is Elton John. Now we've got Alex Lowe and also Justin. It's very much the sort of John Cleese, Ronnie Corbett, Ronnie Barker in ascending order there.
It is, isn't it?
Has never lived so high on the hog.
I honestly, I mean, I don't know what you feel about this, Justin, but knowing that Elton's from Pinner is a matter of great pride.
Absolutely.
And also now that George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley from, you know, Bushy and round here.
Yeah.
It's a great thrill.
Jerry Halliwell.
Jerry, of course. Yeah, there's always the exceptions to the rule. But no. I mean, with Elton particularly, you know, I would love to meet. Is there any way you guys can get me? Do you know him? Do you know?
We tried. I have met him a few times when I was a ball boy years ago.
Really?
But trying to get him now is just impossible. I've tried everything. Written to him, influence.
It's a very funny thing. My parents, you know, we grew up in Pinner, and I went, you know, as you know, Justin, Pinner Wood School is right next to where he was. I don't know if he actually went to Pinner Wood, but yeah, he was from there, and I always remember reading his biography, which is completely fascinating. And I said to my mum, God, there's all these. My dear old ancient mum. And I said, there's all these references to Pinner and this happened in Pinner and that one. I said, it's really interesting. She said, I don't think we used to knock around with him. I'm like, no, I don't suppose you did. You know, I don't think my parents were their dinner parties. I can't see Elton swanning in with bloody Brian Ferry or something.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm so thrilled. And then I always think if he ever heard my podcast with Dan Skinner, Angelos and Barry, it's so filthy. And there's always stuff about Elton, and which is meant in an affectionate way. And it's not the real Elton; it's just a kind of cartoon version of Elton. And I think I'd love to meet him, and then I'm sure he'd discover it one day and go, "How How dare you?
I think he would do that. So one thing I'd love to ask you is, obviously you do cameos and things like that, don't you? For
Yeah.
yeah. How many times a day do you reckon you have to call someone a nonce?
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, cameos and memos, there's another one, higher. There's all sorts of these things. There used to be one called Celeb VM where you do dedications to people. And it is money for old rope, I've got to tell you. It's deeply boring to do. It's so boring to do. But I have to. But I'm doing myself a disservice. I really try hard with them. I don't just trot something out for 2 seconds, say happy birthday, and that's it. Because I'm genuinely so flattered after all these years being a jobbing actor, when no one has given two hoots what I'm doing. Suddenly people want a little dedication. But yeah, it's always involved calling someone a nonce, which is Clinton's catchphrase. And I often think, I hope that this has been received in a funny way, in an ironic way, and that someone wasn't just stitching someone up. And I'm going to get a call from a solicitor going, "You're making accusations about my client."
Oh God, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is it a difficult world in the comedy circuit now for that sort of stuff? Generally,
for being sued for things?
Well, like a worry, you're changing your act or changing how you.
Well, I tell you what is a worry. I mean, I was talking to someone. This is always the debate about what you can and can't say.
Yeah.
Clinton, particularly playing a character, Clinton is an idiot. He is an idiot. He's not very bright. There's nothing funnier than seeing someone of low status, without sounding too wanky about it, low status playing high status.
Yeah.
It's sort of it's the audience feels superior to you, and it's a very sort of British thing about how dare you try to elevate yourself above what is clearly your station.
Yeah.
There's nothing British people like more than he tried to be funny and he wasn't funny. Oh God, it was so embarrassing. People who tried to stick their head above the parapet in Britain, as opposed to America, are seen as, who do you think you are? So Clinton's very much that, pretending to be something. He's clearly a charlatan. So when you say something, that's kind of, I'm not going to say racist, I never do that, but something that's a bit pushing the envelope,
pushing the boundaries.
Yeah. Clearly this idiot, you kind of hope the audience will understand it's not me, Alex, agreeing
buy into the character.
It's a character, and that's what's funny about the character. It shines a light up to how ludicrous he is. You don't literally come on stage and start going, I don't believe in racism. That's not a comedy act, is it? You've got to sort of display.
Yeah.
I know I'm stating the bleeding obvious, but you know what I mean. You've got to be.
That was the Warren Mitchell thing, wasn't it? As Alf Garnett, would come out and go, but you do know I'm playing a part.
Yeah,
and you have to get past that and realize that. But obviously now with social media, I mean, just look at us, for crying out loud. You don't have to have anything to say. That doesn't stop you being a broadcaster these days, and you can kind of throw these things out and comments out. And of course, it comes now with the added danger of cancel culture and things can take on a life of their own. Absolutely, but being that part of Clinton, as you say, which is, well, he can say something slightly inappropriate and get away with it because of that sort of that sort of class difference and the sort of piece where he's doing it. And I have to say, but she was young for her age, wasn't she? It's now that's now entered the ether. You don't even need to say anything else now. It's brilliant.
No, that's right. I think you've got to trust people to understand that you're saying this stuff ironically.
Yeah.
But it's interesting you said that. I mean, oh God, I daren't even mention what this joke was, but I tried it the other night in Kennington. There's a sort of work in progress night. And I literally stood there with my script trying my new tour, which I hate doing. It looks so amateurish, but otherwise it's just a question of what you can remember. No one wants to see you going, what was the next bit? And so I did this gag, and it's, oh God, I've got to tread very carefully because this will be taken out of context. But it was a really schoolboyish, childish term for a homosexual gentleman that I used. It was so childish and pathetic, and it got a laugh. And then a friend of my wife's sister came to see the show, who's not my usual crowd. And she stopped me afterwards. I was just leaving with my big suitcase of props and everything. And she'd always have a glass of wine. And I said, come over here. I said, oh, God, well, I've got to go. Sat down. And she went, yeah, I just wondered if it's a bit problematic. Some of the language you use. I thought, oh, God. It was a very passive-aggressive way of going. She knows very well what she was saying. It's like, no, I just wondered that sort of language. And I was thinking, just say it. You didn't like what I was saying, So I have modified that now, and I don't think it's nearly as funny. So I might have to go back to what I was saying before.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? It's a hard, because I think British comedy set the standard, really. And going back, and I watch and I bring up Only Fools and Horses. Certain references in there that meant something completely different to what they mean now, and it's very different. It's very difficult to judge, and I think when you look at some of the stand-up comics that are coming through, and people go, British comedy isn't what it used to be. It probably isn't that. It's the fact that people fucking take themselves too seriously nowadays, and the thing of getting upset by everything and so forth, and it's a big thing for me. I think because I think there's a line, and I think people know, like you say, a character. People know it's a character.
Know the line. But let's just be fair. Here we are, 4 white middle-aged blokes.
Yeah.
So we can sit here pontificating about what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable. My wife is mixed race woman. She's half Scottish, half Somali, and all mine. And she, but she doesn't pick me up on stuff, but she notices stuff, and she's got my antennae working in a way. And I go, yeah, that's not acceptable. And
you question it.
Yeah, and it's I mean, sort of, for example, this is a ridiculous thing, but just after when was this? It's probably around about the Black Lives Matter time, COVID time. I remember her. Oh no, I tell you what, it was just after Brexit. Exactly when it was, just after Brexit. She was in, God, where is it? In Watford? Hermes? No, not with Hermes. What's it called? Henny's.
Henny's.
Henny's. There's a bit of a difference. In Watford, in the Harlequin, whatever that's called now, the Into.
It's the Harlequin again now, I think.
No, it's the Harlequin again.
The Harlequin. I never go in there. And she was followed around by a store detective. Now there she is, a middle-aged, mixed-race woman who teaches in a very prominent school in Watford. And she just went, well, I'm not going in here again. Now, I wouldn't know anything about that had I not been married to her. And, so I just think we can sit here and I can say, well, I think this is acceptable in comedy and that isn't. But you know what I mean? Anyway, this is
no, so it's fascinating. That's really fascinating. No, honestly.
That happened with my wife, but she's from Pinner, so fucking anything can happen. Who knows?
She was nicking stuff.
She was generally stealing.
So with things like, Jimmy Carr puts a lot of stuff out in his socials where basically he encourages heckles and things. He encourages questions from the audience and then he'll deal with them. So is it the case now where a lot of audiences are coming to comedy shows thinking they can just interrupt and heckle and they can just sort of stop the show? Or do you find that doesn't happen a lot? Or does it happen a lot because you're a character? Do you think you get...
I don't get it that much. I get a lot of pissed people. I get some really ill-mannered people who think they shout out nonce 2 or 3 times during the show, and I think they quite like Clinton. They want to join in, and so I don't want to be too nasty to them. But it's so annoying, and I'm much more of an actor than I am a stand-up, And you get people like Jimmy Carr. God, these people are brilliant with the audience and cutting them down to size. I can do a bit of it, but after a while, I'm like, that's enough now. This is a script. I've clearly rehearsed this. It's not a conversation between us all. But I do think you have to deal with some of it. It would be terrible if you just got your head down. There's all this shouting and you ignored it. You can't. You've got to do something.
Obviously, Peter had some of that, didn't he? Peter Kay in the summer, chatting garlic bread or whatever, and he just threw them out.
I had one of the wonderful things that I saw. Where was it? I can't remember who it was. Oh, that was it. It was our thing, actually. And we brought up a Slovakian on stage who couldn't read English. And he had to read something off of the script. So it didn't work very well, but for me, it was the funniest bit of the show.
Yes, that was poor old Matt trying to get him to...
Matt, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he went, don't pick him. He can't read English.
I don't speak English. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So you do stuff at the Pump House sometimes, don't you? for sort of warm ups and stuff?
I am going to be rehearsing my new tour, Spectral Intercourse, which starts in February, and we're doing some previews. So I will definitely let you guys know, because I will need an audience at the Pump House, and I got to, really just flying the flag for Watford, the good old Pump House. It's a fantastic place, isn't it? And there's all
we've played there, so we know what it's like.
Yeah, they're great, and I've done a lot of bits for them over the years, and a few fundraising things and what have you, and they've been really, really kind to me, and it's just so nice to see that there's one place that hasn't been bulldozed for some flats or a shopping centre or something. It's a proper community thing.
It's an art centre as well as obviously, and locals go in and do stuff there. I agree with it. It's absolutely.
It's really great, and there's so little of that about.
I was going to say slightly different though to the Palladium, which you're going to be doing on the Spectral Intercourse tour.
I make no differentiation between the Pump House and the London Palladium. No, I do. I cannot wait to play the Palladium. It's nearly sold out. There's probably about
amazing
20 tickets. Yeah, I mean, it's really nerve-wracking because we've sort of got the script, and we're, if anything, we're cutting down the script. But I mean, every day, I mean, tomorrow the figures are out tomorrow for this week's. And every week the sales for the tour are great. And then I think, oh, that's great. Then I have a sudden terror of, I've actually got to do the bloody
thing. Got to do it.
Very well looking at the sales figures. But there's a long way to go, with rehearsals at the Pump House. And I mean, if you guys come along, it's always a little bit nerve-wracking to go and do it and then have a crisis of that bit shit, it doesn't work, that's got to go. So please come along and be honest.
No, we'll come. I'll definitely come along to that.
We saw you there before. We
came down before, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's
didn't the sign say
it said Clint and then it said
that was it.
That one.
Yeah, that was very good.
That show, well, we're doing an awful lot with lighting. We've got the most incredible lighting designer who we've been into the Palladium. We've looked at lighting. I think it's going to look bigger and better with great lighting design. We've got costume designer, and whereas I usually was traveling light with just my company manager, we've now got a stage manager. So I mean, all these things. I mean, it's great to sort of increase it in scale. I just got to make sure that the material is funny, so
it will be. I'm sure it will be. Is it going to be sort of less, because you go down and do quite a lot of crowd work, don't you, when you're doing stuff with Clinton? Is it going to be sort of less of that at the bigger theatres, or
no? Well, it's very difficult at the Palladium because you can't be seen if you go into the audience,
right?
To my horror, and we're filming the Palladium.
Oh no.
And I suddenly realized, oh dear, if you go into the audience, the upper tiers can't see it. So you've got to sort of adapt that for the Palladium. But then I think, you know what? I'm so thrilled with doing the Palladium. There's like 64 other venues up and down the country. So I'm going to go into the audience, and we've got a spotlight now, which we're going to hire at every venue, which is a great expense because you have to pay for someone to do it as well.
I know it's tough at the top, isn't it?
Well, at the moment, it sounds like this kind of false modesty or something. Honestly, I have been a jobbing actor for so many years, and this Clinton thing seems to have taken off, and it's a thrill that people want to come and see it. And we may get to next year and everyone's had enough. They go, I've seen that now. So well, I just strike while the iron's hot. Sort of.
That's when you get Barry from Watford out again.
Barry from Watford's still there. So
don't worry, he's coming back. He's coming back, Barry. Don't worry about that.
Fantastic.
Which of course we're Barry, now fellow podcaster as well. Obviously, it was a dream, and of course you did speak to Watford legend, Troy Deeney did Barry.
Yeah,
wonderful.
He was great, isn't he? Good, Troy Deeney.
Yeah, it's
brilliant.
Isn't he great? I mean, I was. This is a really ridiculous thing to say. My son I might have said this before on the podcast. I stuck a picture of QPR versus Wolves on the fridge, and he went for the wrong ones when he was 7 because QPR was my team. And now I'm a season ticket holder at Molineux. What a season! What a season we're having! And, terrible. So he's always had a real problem with Troy Deeney, and my lad went to Watford Boys. Always a lot of piss taking of my lad. And then we went to the FA Cup semi-final, and I've discussed this with you before. Troy, oh, that's funny. He's been tripped in the area with about 5 minutes to go. How did that happen? The softest penalty you've ever seen. And what's more, whacked it straight down the middle. Was it Reddy, the keeper, wasn't it, was playing for us?
Yeah. Jumped out of the way of it.
He must be the only person in the world who doesn't know that Troy Deeney smacks it down the middle.
It would have killed him if it had hit him. It was wellied.
It was wellied, but I mean, I know that's where he was going to put it. Why didn't he know it?
Well,
it's in front of 100,000 people.
I'm not going to complain about it because it was one of the best days in my life.
Oh, I bet.
Yes.
I bet.
Yeah.
But so what was I saying about? Yeah, so when I met Troy, I was always a bit funny about him, but my God, charming, funny,
good quality.
Pundit. I think they're grooming him to be like one of the top people. He's superb.
Yeah, we were fortunate, weren't we, when we had him, because we were supposed to have him for an hour. Yeah, and I think we still 3 hours later we were still talking to him. He was incredible. 4 hours, yeah, incredible.
3 hours of content went out.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah, and of course he comes. It's from the horse's mouth because he's been there and done it. So when he's talking about what's going on in the dressing room, you believe him because he's been there.
For sure, definitely. So let's just go through. So you're going all over the country, right, with Spectral Intercourse?
Yeah, we're going all over the country, and from February, and I think we stop round about Easter for a little break, and then we come back in the summer, and then Barry from Watford is in the autumn. I mean, God willing, I'm still going, but So I've got a very busy year.
That's great, though. It's great. I mean, it's been in the diary for a while, and it's sort of coming.
It's nice to see a lad from Pinner being successful.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's great to speak to you guys. It's great to speak to you guys, and what I'd love to do, if I ever had any time off, is go and watch Watford FC a bit more. It's only down the road.
That'd be lovely.
Oh, absolutely.
Just down the road. Yeah. Well, I'm sure we can.
You and me both.
Yeah, where are you? You close by?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very. I'm in Northwood. I'm very close to Pinner, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh well, hopefully that time will come.
Between us, we, just send us a message. Between us, we'll have a ticket that you can come along and
you can jump on.
We'll look after you.
I really appreciate it. Yeah,
no problem. Alex, best of luck with the tour. And
break a leg. That's what they say, isn't it?
That's what they say.
That's what
they say. And let us know when you're doing the Pump House, and we'll come down and support you.
I would love that.
And obviously, if you want to go and see the show at the Colosseum, it's on the 20th. There you go. A Chuckle Christmas Comedy Club, Watford Colosseum, Saturday the 20th of December. Looks like there's 4 great acts on there.
They are really good, the others. Really good. If you hate me, you'll love them. Don't worry.
That's a recommendation. And obviously there, Spectral Intercourse as well. You can get your tickets from clintonbaptiste.com. So pop on there and support Alex. Fantastic stuff. Thank you so much for coming on, Alex. It's always a pleasure speaking to you.
Really appreciate it. Thanks for asking me.
Anytime, mate. Anytime.